Hello, Frank Hester here. I wanted to record a video about the pay it forward concept that we talked about in our team chat a few days ago for Premier Income Plan. I thought it'd be a little easier if I actually shared a video and tried to show what I'm doing, because it's a little difficult sometimes to express a sales funnel and a concept or an idea in a written word, especially in a Facebook chat. So a little bit about why I am doing this. When I decide to build a business, and I think that it's going to be a very sustainable opportunity, meaning that it's going to be around for a very long time, and I kind of have that idea about Premier Income Plan. I see nothing in this opportunity that makes me think that it's not going to be here for years and years to come. And so when I see an opportunity like that, I know that I'm going to stay with it as long as the business is around. I actually decide to put money towards paid advertising, a percentage of my income. And usually what I'll typically do is I'll take about 25% or a fourth of my income, and I'll apply that to some type of paid advertising. Well, what I decided to do with Premier Income Plan, a little bit different. We actually earn income 4 different ways. We earn a fast start bonus on our personals. We earn a coded fast start bonus paid weekly on our personals down to infinity. And then we earn matrix pay on everyone that's in our personal downline, regardless of how they got there. And then we earn a 100% matching matrix pay of all of our personals. So if you have 3 personals and they each earn, as Rodney uses in the presentation, $1,000 from the matrix, you'll earn $3,000. So what I decided to do with this opportunity was, okay, I'm just going to take my fast start money, and that's going to be my advertising budget, and my goal is to build the matrix pay, build my residual, the residual part of this comp plan, which is the matrix and the matching matrix play. Because the bottom line is, I don't do this. I don't work online businesses for a fast buck. I do it to build some sustainable income, and to invest and grow my wealth, so that when I retire and I don't have to worry about working when I decide to do that at some point. So my goal is building monthly residual income that's going to last, and not one-time payment fast start income. So I was about to place a very large solo ad. Matter of fact, I'm going to spend about $1,000 on solo ads. And I got to thinking, I've done a lot of advertising in the past. I've purchased banners, text, solo ad, Facebook paid advertising. I've done paid Craigslist. Didn't work out too well. I actually hired someone to do that. And I've spent a ton of money on solo ads and funnel clicks, and I've had some decent results, but the results are going to vary. There's a lot of things that kind of cause the results to vary. One is you've got to have a great sales funnel. The better your sales funnel, and what I mean by a sales funnel is your capture page, a splash page, squeeze page, whatever you use to entice the person to get more info, and then your follow-up. And the follow-up can vary, depending on how much information you collect. If you collect, and I've done a lot of tests on this, if you collect the person's first name, last name, email, and phone number, your opt-in percentage drops dramatically. But when you get an opt-in that puts the good information in there, and you actually take the time to make that phone call, then you can get a very good conversion because it's usually a pretty good lead. And then when you start dropping information on that, when you drop the phone number, it goes up quite a bit. And believe it or not, I don't know why it matters, because people can put fake information in. When you drop the name and you only ask for just the email, it even goes up much higher. So I've tested both. I've done some testing with this funnel with the name and an email, and then the name, email, and phone number. Right now, as you see on the screen now, I dropped the phone number off to see if the opt-ins go up, and they have increased a bit. But I wasn't calling these leads anyway. I'm just kind of doing this with just an email funnel. But the bottom line is, if you work the leads with paid advertising, if I'm going to do paid advertising, you've got to work the leads either via phone if you capture that, or via very good email response that is not too spammy, that's not going to cause them to unsubscribe, that kind of gives them just enough information spaced out in the proper manner that you don't overwhelm them and that you keep their interest. And if you do that over time, you might break even. Occasionally you'll purchase a solo ad and you'll get a couple of signups from it, and you'll actually get a return on your initial investment. But typically it's one of those things where you got to keep at it, and you're not going to make your money back. So if you spend $1,000, you're not going to make $1,000 back usually in fast start money or in signups. So I decided to do something just a little bit different with this. I thought, well, I'll try. I kind of got the idea of a pay it forward thing, because obviously I have more than 3 referrals, so I get $30 back on every time I get a sign up. And also I've built my downline pretty deep, so on the residual part, most of my first 3 levels are all of my personals. So when I sign some up right now, they're going on my 4th level, and in most cases I'm going to get the 4th level commission, and I'm going to get a matching bonus for the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd person, because in most cases the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level is someone that I personally sponsored. So I decided to do a pay it forward with this, and what that does, it really allows you to take control over the money you spend. So what I'm saying is, do this in lieu of paid advertising. If you're someone that was not going to do paid advertising, and the only thing you were going to do was post for free and wait for the PiP Genie to work, or get the people yourself and not worry about a time frame, then keep doing what you're doing. This is probably not something that you want to do, because it is going to cost you some money to do this, to bring someone in. And obviously there are no guarantees when you do that. So if you are using the PiP Genie and you don't have your 3 and you refund someone $79, you're not going to get anything back. It's going to cost you $79 to bring someone in. If you have your 3 referrals, or you're not using the PiP Genie, then you're going to get the fast start back. So in my case, it's net $49. So here's what I decided to do, and you can do this several ways. It would probably even be more effective if you would put your ads on Facebook, and I'm saying do this on Facebook. I'm not going to spend money and drive traffic with paid advertising to this when I'm doing the PiP. So I'm only going to advertise this in a free manner, like a Facebook or YouTube. So, but I think it would probably even work better if you ran an ad on your, say, Facebook profile or in groups, and have people either comment or message you for information, and then you communicated with them via a Facebook private message, because then that communication is almost instant, and it's a lot quicker than what I'm doing with the email, because it's a little bit more personal than what I'm doing with email. And the more personal you make any type of advertising, the better the results. But I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I decided to do it this way, and I'm in no hurry with this. So like I said, I'm running a marathon here, not a sprint. So I'm in no hurry. So I'm doing it this way, and I may change that up and do it another way. But so I'm going to share with you now. So that's one way you could work this, where you don't need a sales funnel. But now I'm going to share with you what I decided to do. So on the screen here, you see my simple capture page that I threw together. I probably could do a better job of this, but this is just something that when I decided to do it, I went and threw something together and tested it, and I really haven't changed it, because it's been working pretty good since then. So basically, tell someone they can join Premier Income Plan with no money out of pocket. So, it's really not free, because they're going to have to pay for it with their credit card. I think I kind of used the word free in there a few times, but it's really not free. It's free with the initial, but they're going to be expected to pay their monthly, every $59 a month. And I'm not going to give someone the money to join. They have to join, and then I'm going to refund it. So the one thing that I decided to do with this was to kind of put some qualifications on there. And to me, the more you weed out someone just looking for a free ride, the better chance you find of finding a person that is, legitimately looking for an opportunity that may stay with you long term. So if I only PiP 2 people a week or 10 people a week, I don't care as long as they go through some steps that I have them go through. And I think by making them go through these little simple steps, it creates a better opt-in. So you see this, you see what's here. So once they opt in, let me go over to another screen here. Okay, it's already up on the screen. So hopefully, let me try to make this a little bit larger so you can see it. Maybe, I don't know if I can do that and you can read it. We'll go down one here and we'll drag this over. So I don't know if you can read that or not. So they're going to get an email from me. I just did a 1 email autoresponder series. And so when they opt in, they're immediately going to get this email, and it just tells them that, hey, here's what I'm doing. I'm paying it forward for well over 100 people. That's kind of my goal, because if I added it up with the money that I'm going to earn in Fast Start, and I spend all of that over the next probably 2, 3, 4 months, it'll be probably about $8,000 to $10,000 in that range, I think. And if I pay it forward for that many people, it'll be about 100 people. So my goal in this business is a minimum of 100 to 200 personal referrals. And the reason I'm trying to build that is because of the way the comp plan works, and you get the 100% matching bonus. That's, if you want to study the comp plan, that is where the bulk of your money, if you build a big organization, the bulk of your money will come from the 100% matching bonus as your team gets bigger and as your downline gets larger. So just think about that. Keep doing whatever you can do to add personal referrals and get as many as you can, because that's where you're going to make the most money once your organization is large. So study the comp plan. That's for a different webinar. So here's what I'm telling them I want them to do. I want them to do these steps. And I think you can create this any way you want it, but my advice to you is don't just say, hey, I'm going to PiP you and give them the money. Ask them to do something, because I think that creates a better opt-in that is going to be more excited about the opportunity. They want to be in the opportunity, and I think the chances of them staying are going to be longer than just you turning around and sending someone $79 via PayPal and you're not really connected. So here's what I tell them I want to do. This is just mine, and you can do whatever you want to do. I tell them, if I'm only doing the United States, and I'll explain why in a minute. But I say if you live in the United States, you can follow these instructions, and you can get the best possible position in my downline. And that's true, because if they join through my personal referral link, they're going to go to the first available spot in my downline. It doesn't matter if they join in through your referral link. No matter how big your organization is, it goes in the first available spot, so they get the best possible position. If they live outside of the United States, then read below. We actually have an option for that. So then I tell them, you must commit to stay with this opportunity for a minimum of 6 months. It's going to cost you $59 a month, but if you commit and follow my lead, you'll have a profitable business by then. And I do believe that if anyone comes in, gives this 6 months, and actually works the business, I don't think they can keep from having a profitable business. If they come in, join the PiP Genie, and do nothing, I don't know. As Rodney's told us, we don't know how that's going to work. It's paid advertising, and paid advertising works, especially when you have a lot of money, but we have a lot of people. So, and we know how the PiP Genie works. If you get 1, you move up on the priority list. If you get 2, you move up on the priority list. So all of those that have no referrals in the PiP Genie and they don't try to get any, they're at the bottom of that priority list. It's going to get to them, but we don't know how long. So as we've been told, you can help the Genie by trying to recruit and possibly getting 1. So this may be a good opportunity for you to move up that list. If you want to just go out and PiP 1 person, then you're higher up on that list, and maybe that's all you ever want to do. So anyhow, I tell them they got to stay 6 months. I tell them it's going to cost them $59, and then again, I'm going to tell them they have to join first. I'm not going to give them the money up front. They have to join. It's going to cost them $79 on the credit card. Okay, the next thing I tell them to do is we have to be connected on Facebook. We must be friends. So please send me a friend request if we're not already connected, and this link right here leads to my Facebook profile. Okay, now since I already have them opted in to my autoresponder, when they do join, I would put it, I did have it in here, and I got thinking I don't need it. I did have it in here that they have to join my email list, but I can add them to my email list because they're already opted into my back office at the Connection Pro, so all I've got to do at the Conversion Pros, all I got to do is go in and click a button and they start getting my email updates. So I took that out of here because if I'm using this funnel, then I can add them to my newsletter without them having to opt in. But that's another requirement that I did have. So I tell them when they join Premier Income Plan, they must join the PiP Builder platform. So I'm not going to PiP somebody that I don't know, and I don't know if they can recruit without them joining the PiP Genie. They got to join the PiP Genie. And I tell them a little bit about what that is, that it's a marketing platform that's going to assist them getting 3 personal referrals. There's no upfront cost for it. Over 90% of my 500 member downline is using it. So if you want me to pay it forward for you, then you have to join the PiP Genie. So that's another thing that they have to do. Okay, so anyhow, so that's where it's at. So that's the only thing that I require them to do. So if they want to join and they want to be, in my downline, the first position, then I actually just have the link in here. They can join and then contact me. But then if they live outside the United States, I've got a little disclaimer down here. Remember I said if they're outside the United States up here, come down here, don't join through my link because I'm not paying it back through PayPal. And the reason I'm not paying it back through PayPal is because I had several chargebacks against me in PayPal. I just had my account restricted for 3 weeks, and I've got it back now. And I used that for some other opportunities and for some other purchases that caused me a headache while I couldn't do it for 3 weeks. So I'm being very protective of my account at the moment, at least for a while, until I know that all these chargebacks from other people that have been gone from some of the other business for quite a while are done. So I've decided to not use PayPal for it at the moment. I may decide to do it later when I know that things have calmed down and there's no more chargebacks on me, and I've got my account secured and it's not going to be restricted again. So if they live outside the United States, just reply back to this email or message me on Facebook, and we have members that are willing to assist them via PayPal as long as they adhere to these steps, and then if I actually have a link, I have someone that wants to join and I give it away. If they don't want to adhere to these steps, then that's their prerogative. I would make them adhere to something because I think it just provides for a much better sign up when you make them do some things and you're connected with them. So this is the email that I send to all of the people that opt in through this capture page. And then I only have let's see here if I can go somewhere else. I only have a 1 email list here, but you can see I broadcast to it. So I have them opt in to my list, and then about every couple of days I'll send a broadcast email out and just hit the list again and say, hey, you opted in a few days ago. I'm still offering this. It's limited. If you have an interest, here's how you join. And every time I hit that list, I usually end up with 1 or 2 people that tells me that they're ready to join and that they'll click the link and join, or they'll either a lot of them will actually reach out to me first and say, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stay with the business, so just wanted you to know I was going to join, and then I'll see them pop in where they actually join. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm doing. It's just a suggestion. It's just an idea. It's something that you can do in place of paid advertising, and I think it's a much better option for this program. Not every program, but the way this is structured, I think the pay it forward idea is a much better alternative than going out and spending money on solo ads and getting signups that you may or may not even be able to connect to. And as you know, keeping someone in your business, it's that connection that you have with them that keeps them in the business. So as you know, as part of my team, most of you or all of you are in a Facebook group that I created. Most or all of you are in an email list that I just send information out. And those kind of things are very important for retention. As you build your team and you have a team of people out there that that knows they're in your downline, and if you communicate with them, even in a group setting, not necessarily messaging them personally every day, because with 500 people on a downline, you can't message everyone every day. But if you do it in a group setting or an email, and you personalize it through tagging it so that it looks like it's a personal email, it really helps your retention to communicate with your team. And I know several of you have already set up your own groups. That's wonderful. You've already set up your own email list. That's even better, because the more that you communicate, even if they're getting my messages and your messages, and if I had a sponsor well, I guess my sponsor does send out messages. Rodney is my sponsor, and he sends out messages to us. So we even have updates from my sponsor, from our sponsor, Upline. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, ask me. There's multiple ways you can do this. This is just how I'm doing it, and it works for me because it's easy and I don't have a lot of time. Like I know a lot of you do not have a lot of time. I work about 55 hours a week, and I travel quite a bit. So I automate as much as I can automate. Obviously that costs money with tools, but I try to, you can make yourself appear to be online quite often, even when you're not. And that's a good thing in marketing. So we'll do some other training. We'll talk in some other videos, we'll talk about how to set up a Facebook profile for business, some of the do's and don'ts to make yourself more marketable. There's a lot of things we can do. We just got to get through this hump of getting everything with this business launched. As we know, there's a lot of things coming down the pike. Today is March the 4th. We have a new website coming that is going to be a new back office, a new logo or face of the PiP Genie. That's going to be a new marketing slogan for that. There's the new website that is going to be for the products that's coming out. That has no mention of MLM on it, where we just sell the products, and that's going to be awesome because these products can sell. We can market those to non-network marketers, business owners. What else is coming? There's a new capture page, contact manager, and autoresponder series coming in our back office. Rodney has purchased the one that's back there. If you're using it, do not use it. They're not active. I've seen a lot of people posting the capture pages in the back office. The leads go nowhere. I don't even know if they're captured anywhere, but they seem to. When you enter the information, it's like they're captured, but we never see them, and they're not in our back office. And Rodney says those do not work. That system is outdated. He's bought a brand new system. It's got to be programmed into the new website back office. He couldn't add it in the old one. It didn't make no sense to add it there. So once he gets the new website in, then they'll schedule in and hopefully get that new capture page and autoresponder series built into that. So all of the products, VAPC is almost ready to be released in HTML5. The other three products will be rebuilt into HTML5, which will allow them to work on Apple and Android devices. And there is a new product sometime later in 2016. They already have a new product that will be released and added into our back office. And we'll eventually have 5 tools in our suite, our marketing suite. So I hope you kind of see where this business is going. It isn't going to move fast, but that's okay. As long as we're paying and he's paying us and we can earn money from this as it grows, then I'm perfectly fine with the way he's releasing things. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Most of you know how to get me. I think we're connected on Facebook. If not, friend me, and we will be. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you found it useful in some way. Goodbye.